up, YouTube? It's Traders out here, letting y'all know that I'm getting ready to drop a new video. In this video, all I got to say is it's just regular basics, okay? You trade in the foreign exchange market, you already know. I also host Sunday Funday. I call it Sunday Funday. Every Sunday I go live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, I just got a new day added to my schedule, so I go live again on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. So Sundays and Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all tap in with me. I teach basics. If you are brand new to trading and you want to learn how to multiply your money, tap in with me. I got you. Hit the notification bell, like, comment, subscribe, all that, all right? Show me some love, but peep the video first, all right? Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to tap in with me. I'll shoot you a link. I'll let you know exactly what needs to happen. So, listen, thank y'all for giving me a chance on YouTube, man. Y'all really been showing me love. Y'all really been blowing up my spot, and I'm grateful. You feel me? So, let's grow the community. Listen, I'm a part of a community called Back at Zero. We free. Everything I do is free. I will not charge you, all right? So, tap in with me. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tap in. Let's get you trading in the market. Let's go. That's very, very important. Let me see. Let me move this.
Honestly, I use the the MT4 version on my computer.
Oh, Series of Better Trader 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the way it looks, so I'm I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not using MT. And you can't use it on your phone. So I'm one of those people where if I'm not, I like to be looking at things from my phone because I'm often, on the go. I'll set my trades like while I'm at the computer, and then if I'm out and about, I like to see if my, my TPs and stuff hit. So yeah, I'm not using MetaTrader. Okay, so everybody has a clear understanding of how that works. Good, good, good. But MetaTrader is so simple. Super simple, straight to the point. Okay, right now we are looking at GJ. Okay. That's a nice little gap from last week. It has actually been filled. Nice cow. Okay, let's look at the news first. That's often what I do. Look at the news. You got to check out the news before you look at anything else. Forex Factory. Let's see. It's already Sunday. Sunday has an orange folder. Has an orange folder for the euro, in which we're going to be looking at. So USD, GBP is a bank holiday, okay? So there's not gonna be a color folder for USD until you're not getting any folders for USD until Tuesday. That's when our bank opens back up, okay? So any USD pairs will not be traded until Tuesday. Now, if you have been watching the news, i.e. Bloomberg, or the actual news, then you will see that a lot has happened. With the tariffs and everything like that, a lot has happened. Okay, I got some more people, my bad. Some more people are in the room. What's going on, y'all? If y'all are brand new to Sunday Funday, I'm your host, Lenzo. Thank y'all for tapping in. We are checking out the news right now. So the tariffs there have been things released within the news that are definitely going to have an effect on the American government, okay? So just like I know, prices are going to go up, all right? When price goes up. I'm sorry, hold on. There we go. All right, had to mute some people. But welcome in. As prices go up, things could change. All right. So we're keeping an eye on our American dollar. All right, just letting y'all know that. The tariffs are affecting the prices within the market. Okay, so you want to be cautious, but you also want to be in the know as of right now. So in order to keep up with that, yes, Forex Factory is a great website, okay, to keep up with just the news in general, okay? But I also encourage you all to look at Bloomberg. Okay, that's going to tell you exactly what's going on with one, the tariffs, two, that's going to let you know where price is going when it comes to all your major Forex pairs, all your stocks, all your commodities, everything. Okay. So this isn't just like, oh, we're just something we look at just because we want to look at it before we trade. No, you literally, you have to think as a trader. Okay. You guys are traders now. You have to follow the money. That's part of being a trader. It's following the money. So this is typically how I actually follow the money. One way of me following the money, okay? So it's one of the easier ways, forexfactory.com. If you don't already have this in your notes, please go ahead and put this in your notes. Once again, this call is strictly for basics. Yes, we will get into the market, but I will not be I have to do my due diligence and make sure that everybody is getting what they need. Okay, so I will paste that right there just for you guys to have it. If there are any folders that are orange folders, mean caution. Okay, be cautious, but still trade. Okay, do your research. Make sure that the market is not going to be affecting, or the news is not going to be affecting whatever it is that you're trading. Okay. Now, if there is a red folder, I'm one of those people where I understand that the red folders are definitely going to have a positive impact or a negative impact on whichever pair that you're looking at. Okay. So the type of trader I am, when I see it could be positive, it could be a positive thing, but when I see a red folder, I'm definitely not going to be trading in that particular market. Okay. Because I want to trust that whatever's coming down the pipeline is good for me. Okay. However, there are other traders in the community that will trade during red box news. Okay. So I won't say that it's not possible, but I will say that's just something I prefer not to do. Okay. As a beginner trader, I don't advise you to trade during red box news. Leave that up to the experts. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, yellow box news is cool. That means go. Yellow is like green for me. If there's a yellow box, listen, there's nothing that's going to impact that news for the day. Okay, it's just regular news. It's not going to affect the markets. It's not going to affect your pairs. It's smooth sailing. Okay, so yellow is good. Orange is caution. Red is a no-go. Okay, so since today is Sunday, we only have an orange box for USD. And then, excuse me, as we prepare for tomorrow, we know that tomorrow is Monday. And like USD and GBP do not have boxes, okay? So even though we're going to mark up GBP, okay? But just let you know, they have a bank holiday as well. So right now, they are actually in their Monday. Okay, so the market may not be moving like we need it to be moving, but we're still going to mark it up just for practice purposes. All right, cool. Now that we have that, I'm going to introduce y'all to currency strength. We're going to go over to the currency strength meter. And we're going to look at how the currencies are appearing to be in the market as of right now. Okay, we're going to see the strength of the market. It says the euro and the Great British Pound are the strongest currencies as of right now. Okay, USD, not so much. The banks are closed, so it's not going to be reporting a strength at this time. Okay, AUD, it's midway. Okay, midway. The Japanese yen. Now, the Japanese yen session doesn't open up until a little after 7 p.m. when we know that. Right now is 6:21 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we have a little bit more time to figure out what the currency strength is going to be for the Japanese yen. Okay. As of right now, it's weakened, and right now the euro and the GBP are the strongest. All right. So that tells me what I need to know. It also tells me that, yeah, we may be looking for a buy within the GBP market, and then the euro against the Japanese yen, like we talked about with Tania, we're looking for a buy because the euro is the strongest. Now, if it was switched, if the Japanese yen was stronger than the euro, then we'd be looking for a sell. Okay. So if the first currency pair is stronger than the last currency pair, we're looking for a buy. All right. Cool. Now, let's go ahead. Let's tap into, let me type this in the chat too, because I know some of y'all may not have this particular website, and it's called Currency Strength Meter. It's very important to have. Right. There we go. And then we're going to check out FinViv, which is also one of my favorites when it comes to just looking at the currency strength or even the trends of the market. Okay. I will explain what this means. So you see how the crude oil is bright green. Okay. That's letting me know that crude oil is in an uptrend. Okay. If it's bright green like this, the market's open, it's in an uptrend. That thing is going up. So that means you are looking for buys. Okay. Gold is red. Now, typically gold has been in an uptrend since like many years, at least for 2 to 3 years. Okay. Gold has been in an uptrend. It's still in an uptrend, but right now, one, the market is closed for gold. Okay. Two, gold does pull back from time to time. Okay. So if the market was open for gold and you saw something that was bright red like this, that lets me know you're probably we're looking for a sale. Okay. For that particular day or week, maybe. Okay. But normally it's green. I'm telling you, almost every day, this thing is green. Okay. Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin has been at an all-time high. Okay. Bitcoin has just been on the up and up. It has been reporting green. All right. So when, like I say, when you see bright green, that market is open and you're looking for buys. It's in the uptrend. The market is trending up. Okay. When we see these like forest green type of deals, that means that the market is anticipating on a buy. Okay. So it hasn't quite decided, but it's anticipating. Okay. Some of these pairs are not all the way open, like the Japanese yen. All right. This particular market is not all the way open yet. Okay. You have to know your session times. So the Japanese yen and the Great British Pound are not in session as of right now. It's open, but we know the best time for the Japanese yen is 2 a.m. in the morning. That's when their market is booming. 2 a.m. our time. If that makes sense. I understand that they are in the next day, but typically the correct trading time would be 2 a.m. our time, which is why you also have this green box. So it's moving, but it's not moving like as fast as it should. So session times, like we say, when there is a session time, you stick to the session time. Every pair has a session time for a reason. Okay. So now when you see these pairs like GBP USD, that one's not going to be open. Why? Because it's a USD pair. All right. It's reporting on the bank holiday. So we have the Euro USD, which it actually should be reporting on the bank holiday, but as of right now, it's green. Okay. So we have a bullish, it's looking like everything is pretty much bullish, or everything is preparing to be bullish for the week. I will say that. So we shall see how the market plays out. I will say that we'll get a better bird's eye view of everything come not Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday morning, things will be in flow exactly how they should be. Okay. Now, let's rock. Let's go ahead and get into go ahead and get into how we mark up the charts. I typically like to start on the daily. Okay, I take the first two candles, 2 or 3 candles, depending on what the market looks like. Since they're all at the same, I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it. Literally, they're all at the same top. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna mark it. For those of you that are new, hold on, let me move this box real quick. Let me change the views. There we go. That's perfect. Those of you that are new, my bullish candles are white. My bearish candles are orange. For those of you that are new, okay? It's all gonna make sense come together when I start marking up everything. Horizontal lines. Take it right there. So I got top of the range, bottom of the range. I'm gonna take the last 2 candles. All right, so I took the top of the candle. I took the very top, excuse me, the very top of the candles, and then the bottom of the second candle. Okay. I see that the first candle would be right here. That would be today's candle. The second candle would be Friday's candle. Okay, so we took the bottom of Friday's candle. So I typically take the Friday candle where the market left off. Okay, sometimes if I need to go back another day, because the market sometimes does that. If I ever feel like I need a Thursday candle, I'll go back one more candle. Okay. But this time it's all in the same zone, so I don't even need to go back another candle. I'm good with my first 2 candles. Okay. Now, just to let you know, let me change this. The supply zone. So the top line is my supply zone. Okay. My supply zone is where I sell. Sell millionaire. That's what I put. All right. That's how I mark it up. My bottom is my demand zone. This is my buy zone. This is where I buy. That's how I set my charts up. Okay. I have my supply zone, my demand zone. Too easy, right? I drop down to the 4-hour and I look, I observe, and I just see what's going on, right? You know, I see some M's. I see that the market it's been giving an uptrend, and then we have a change of structure, and then it's typically working its way back down. Okay, so we have some M's. Okay, if you don't know an uptrend, when you're looking at an uptrend, you will see W's in the market. Okay, so you have uptrend right here, and you see small W's. The market creates W's, right? Now, when you have a change of structure or a change of direction, the market is going to change directions, and now it's going to go down. Okay, so when the market is going down, you are now seeing M's. Okay, the market is going to be creating little M's within the market. All right, now let's drop down to the 1-hour. Let's see what the 1-hour is telling us. That's a nice M. We're definitely seeing M's. We're definitely seeing a downtrend with a nice gap. But the market structure is beautiful, I will say. Okay, what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. That is how GJ works across the board. Okay, typically you can get a great entry just based off of your supply and your demand zones with GJ. Okay, if you know GJ, you know GJ. All right. Now this one, let's go back. This was what this gap is. That was on the 18th last week. And that's how the market moved all week long. Okay. I'm just looking at it. Drop down to the 15-minute. I typically take, that's a nice gap right there as well. It's always kind of gappy. Look at that consolidation. Okay, so I typically take my entries on the 15-minute. Tania in favor. You guys said that you are having issues with your entries. I want to know, what time frame are you looking for your entries? 15-minute? Okay, that's good. You can also look for your, if there is an entry on the 15-minute, you can also drop down. Okay, there's nothing wrong with dropping down on your time frame. Okay, most people that are, I'm not necessarily a scalper. I'm an intraday trader, so I like the long run. Okay, so I'll typically look at something on the 15-minute, but then also time up, because I understand that the higher time frames will tell you exactly what's going to happen within the market. Okay, based on the candles that occur, you can see if you need to hold that, trade, or if you need to go ahead and exit that trade. That's why I use the higher time frames, because they tell you everything based off of just that one candle. Okay, so that's why I don't go lower than the 5-minute unless I am scalping. Okay, so Tania, if you are a scalp trader, which means you like to get in and get out the market, you're not staying in the market all day. You're not waiting for a trade for an hour. You're not doing any of that. Okay, 5-minute trades. If you're looking on the 5-minute time frame, you're literally like trading US 30, like you're getting in and getting out. That's how I perceive that. Now, if you are one of those people who are kind of like me and you like to hold your trades for a little bit, maybe you should consider moving your time frame up. So you do trade US 30. Okay. That makes sense. You're a scalp trader. So if you're trading EJ doesn't move like US 30. So you may have to change your time frame for your entry point on EJ based on how it moves. When is the right time to enter a trade? After you have done your analysis. Okay, after you have marked up your charts and done your analysis and everything like that. That says iPhone user. I don't want to call you iPhone, but type your name in the chat so I know who I'm talking to. iPhone. Um, After you've done your analysis and everything, as I try to do something different, it is confusing because I did learn on US 30. Yeah, US 30 is definitely for those that like to scalp trade. Okay, if you're in and out with the bag, US 30 is for you. You're definitely going to be looking at the 3-minute and the 5-minute time frame. Since you are dropping down to a different pair, which is EJ moves completely different and a lot slower than US 30. So you have to have a little more patience when waiting for your entries for the Euro JPY. Now it moves. Don't get me wrong, it does move. It just doesn't move as fast. So I ask that you have a little bit more patience and up your time frame. Okay, so now use the 15-minute time frame versus the 5-minute time frame. Okay. Now I see. Now we're getting somewhere. Tania, now we're getting somewhere. Okay, Kaylee. There we go. When is the right time to enter to enter into the trade? Whenever the trade comes to your zone or um your area. Like I said, we have supply. This is my supply zone right here, and this is my buy zone. Okay. Now, when it comes to entries, all right, I can either wait until the market comes back up to my supply zone in this area, which it often does. Okay. Or I can do this. I can say, hey, here's my retracement tool. Let me use my retracement tool and figure out when the market's gonna come back to where it needs a certain zone, okay? So since the market comes here, this is the highest zone, right? The highest zone that this came to. And this is on the 15-minute. Okay, I'm going to take it from the top and drag it down to the bottom, okay? Since it's the lowest, this right here is the lowest that the market has been to, that's what I'm going to take, okay? This right here is going to be, if I'm looking for a sell, I go from the top to the bottom. Okay, if I'm looking for a buy, I go from the bottom to the top. All right. So let me just show y'all the sell as of right now. Okay. The market has to come back down. It has to come back down to here, to my yellow zone. Either my yellow zone or, which is normally called the gold zone, or it has to come down to my 50, the green zone. Okay. If the market comes here, and let me delete the fib. The market comes into this zone, it's gold for a sale. Okay. This would be my entry. If it's anywhere in this zone, in between the gold zone and my 50, this would be my entry. Okay, so I could type right here, I could type entry. All right, entry. That would be my entry using the fib. Either these two lines or in between these two lines. Entry. We know that this zone, this is a zone. Whoever said they trade zones, you know what I'm saying. This zone would be my entry zone for a sale, okay? For my sale. All right, let's see how many pips that would be. It wouldn't be as many as if I caught it up here. Now, if the market came all the way up here in my supply zone, right? Supply zone is already my sell millionaire zone. Okay, it's already my first zone that's telling me if the market comes to this point, because it's basically off of supply and demand. That's it. Some traders are, that's all they trade off of is supply and demand. That's it, right? So if the market comes all the way up to my supply zone, I am going to press the sell button, period. Okay, that's the whole point of us marking up our supply and our demand zone. Okay, now when I take that fib out, that's just an extra entry point that I have. Okay, if I just want to catch a few pips, I'm going to use my retracement tool. Okay, now since we already have our entry, all right, we're gonna do it like this. Okay, that's about 30 pips right there, but let's see. The target is here. We know that the market comes back down here. That's 90.
Get that. Could you try again?
Oh, my bad, Siri. We know that the market comes down here, right? So ultimately, I would say that this would be 91 pips, okay? Our stop loss is at 30 pips. I like to have a tight stop loss. I'm not gonna lie to you. So typically I do 25 pips, okay? Depending on your lot size, you have the potential to make $100+ and to risk $69 to make $100+. Okay, depending on what your lot size is. And this is just for using my short tool, okay? Now, if I were to do it for a buy, let's take out our Fibonacci tool. I'm gonna go from the lowest point and I'm gonna draw up. And I'm gonna go to our highest points right here. And that's gonna tell me exactly where I need to be buying at, right? Remember, we talked about the gold zone and the green zone. The gold zone and the 50, right? That's how I would do this. Let me change these to white, because why? I always say that my bullish candles are white, and those represent the buys. So right here, we got an entry, boom. It's creating our zones. our two zones. We know the market always comes back to these zones, right? It's already given us these points. Okay? It's already given us these points. Okay? So earlier we looked at the currency strength and it said that we should be looking for a buy. The market actually adds up to the buy. Okay? So the Fibonacci tool is letting you know that once the market comes back to these zones right here, this is where we need to be buying between the 50 and the 60. Okay, between the green zone and the gold zone. These two lines are going to be your entry. These red lines down here are going to be your stop losses. So you can even make another line right here. And you could put this as your stop loss. You can turn this red. Let's turn this line to red. Okay. Red. So not only do you have, let me go ahead and delete the fib. Not only do you have your entry, not only do you have your entry zones, but you have your stop loss as well.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Okay. Does that make sense? Does all of this look, how is it looking to y'all? So the market has come here. It's come here and it's bought. It's come here and it's bought. It's come here, the first entry, and it's bought a few times. There's not going to be a difference. It's going to come right back down to these two entries and it's going to do the same thing. Okay, that's still going to be your entry. So you can literally set your entries right here. You can go over here, you can get your long tool. Since you have your entries, there we go. Let's put our entries right here. Let's put our stop where it needs to be. And you're gonna take your entries and they're gonna go to the top. We're not gonna go all the way, but we're just gonna go to this top of the highest candles. All right? Yeah, right there. That's about 25 pips, and then 92 pips is what where your TP should be. So too easy. Too easy. I'm gonna go for this entry. There we go. So we're looking for the market to drop down here. We're looking for us to take the entry, the buy entry on GBP JPY at 192.648 for the buy, okay? We have our stop loss set right here for 192.397. And then we're just looking to take profit, 92 pips at, where is this at? Let me see.
Hey, Miss Lenzo,
Yeah.
Linda Beautiful wants to get in. She's trying to get in.
Okay, let me.
Linda,
I'm in. Thanks. I got you. Thanks. I'm back in.
Perfect.
Difficulty oriented.
Perfect. Okay, so our take profit is going to be at 193.567. It's that simple. That's how you get your entries. That's how you stick to them. This is on the 15-minute. Now, anything you mark up on the 15-minute is going to show up on the 1 hour. Okay, it's going to show up on the 1 hour. So no matter how you look at it, it's going to show up on all the time frames. Okay, even on the 4 hour, it lets you know. Okay, we in the right zone. Okay. Now, if you just, like I said, if you just want to trade off of supply and demand, you could literally see that the market definitely respects the supply and demand. Okay. Sometimes it does go a little bit above, like we see. The market literally broke this structure in between this gap last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. came up here, so all-time high, and came all the way down. Came all the way back down. Touched our demand zone, and now it's on its way back up. One thing about GBP JPY is that it literally does simple market structure. You can always count on it to do just that. What goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. Always. Okay, so let's look at Euro JPY so that you can see. We can mark it up. You can mark it up together and you can literally see how everything works. Because I know looking at it from a pair that you don't even trade is kind of weird. So we'll go ahead and we'll mark up euro for you. Okay, Cali. Is it Cali or Kaylee? Cali, we'll call you Cali. Cali, does that representation give you what you need in order to know when you should enter the trade? Let me know if you're understanding when to enter into a trade.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay. So let me ask you this. What are you trading? Like what pair are you trading?
Like NAS, I do the JPY, but I'm barely beginning. I do
Okay.
the lives in the morning,
Mhm.
US 30.
Okay, so you're literally trading indices. Um, you're trading indices and you're a beginner trader. And I can see why you don't understand when you should get in. So if you are trading on Nate sessions or trading on like Funday sessions, they're literally going to go over the fair value gaps, right? That's how you guys are trading. Okay. Typically, you can see a fair value gap. They're everywhere within the market. The whole market is pretty much a fair value gap. The thing I have with that is they're not following basic rules. They're following expert rules when they're looking at certain things. Okay. So this is the basics course. Okay. So in basics, I teach you my way of getting into the market easily. So you're not confused when you are trading by yourself. Now
Yeah, I see you're definitely a little easier the training that you're doing. So yeah, when I look into their videos, it's like, well, you have to do this, you have to do that, way into the market when I'm just starting.
yeah,
So what is the trading that you do? What is it called?
basics. This is basics,
Is
just
it?
basic knowledge, basic terms. It's
Yeah,
not
because
gonna confuse you.
I understand these basic terms. So I'm pretty sure that I'll get this like pretty fast. But now with late Nathan, it's like, whoa, like you have to study type.
Yeah, you do. You do. And it's cool because Nathan, he's been trading, well, we've all been trading about the same time. But Nate is a little more, his strategy is completely different. Okay, my strategy is simple, straight to the point. Now I am just starting to use, I'm just now starting to identify the fair value gaps. However, I'm more of a liquidity pool type of gal. I'm learning as I go, but I'm also learning that the retracement tool that I use works for me. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I operate. But I'm learning certain things because I have to be able to teach certain things. And that's where we are with the fair value gaps. Now, I am going to actually show you guys something that I found and that I've been like kind of working in with Nate to see how to learn more on the fair value gaps or teach more on the fair value gaps. I will say that if that is the way that you prefer to trade, Nate and Gary's A1 when it comes to fair value gaps. And he also teaches the same time that I do on Sundays. So Gary is on right now. However, I understand that people need the basics first before they go forward and move on to liquidity pools and fair value gaps.
Yes, I think I would rather learn this first, and I'm actually glad I got into the call. And then, once I have this down,
Then you can elevate for sure.
yeah.
Absolutely. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, I think I'm like the only one outside of Seven that uses the retracement tool. You guys, if you tap into Seven Figure Trader, if you tap into his sessions, he also uses the retracement tool. So pay attention to him. He's A1 with it as well. He also is a scalp trader. So if you are a scalp trader, tap into to a Seven Figure Trader, and he also has a YouTube as well. We all have YouTubes. We all have our own thing going on. So I just suggest take advantage of all the value that you have. Okay. So let's go. We're gonna go from top to bottom one more time. We're gonna go.
Excuse me, Lenz, I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead, favorite.
Okay, so based off of this support and resistance, yeah, and for example, we checked Finviz, yeah, and we know it's a bullish market. And now, based off of this marking up this setup, we are looking for entries. We can see entries for the buy and the sell, yeah. So if it's a bullish market, we are supposed to be looking for buys. I understand that, oh, the market pulls back and we can get some sells. So wouldn't it be kind of like trading against the trend?
That would be trading against a trend. Now, if you're looking for a buy, if the market is bullish, if you're looking for a buy, stick with the buys. Don't even worry about your pullbacks or attempting to mark up for your sales. Don't worry about it. Stick with your buys because now you're cutting down your losses, and that's essentially what you're supposed to do. Okay? That's why I tell you guys the market is bullish, only look for buys. If the market is bearish, only look for sales. Okay? That is the best way to cut down your losses. Don't go trading. I know you can trade both. Okay, because I'm one of those people where I see gold, and when gold pulls back, I'm like, oh, it's selling this week. I have to literally tell myself I have to make myself have discipline in order to not trade when I know that the market's going to reverse back and be bullish. I will literally wait the entire week and not trade gold until it goes back bullish because it's been bullish for the last 2-3 years. Okay, now some traders, they will say, oh, well, this week it's selling. I'm going to catch all the sales. It's a discipline thing for me. Okay. So I encourage you, if the market is bullish, don't worry about the sales, only look for the buys. We know that the market pulls back, but when the market pulls back, that's where you find your next entry.
And yeah.
Okay. So use the pullbacks as entries for if the market is bullish, use your pullbacks for entries for a buy. Okay. When the market pulls back, it's like, okay, I need to buy right here to where the market pulled back to. This is my new buy entry. Don't say, oh, the market's pulling back, I'm going to go ahead and get in for a sale. Don't do that. Just go ahead, let it pull back, place your entry for your buy, and make that money on the way up.
Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, let's see here. Yes, Jada, this is recorded. However, I don't know where it goes when it's after it's recorded, because this is BAZ Zoom, and it's typically, I think it goes to their cloud, but I don't know how to retrieve it from the cloud because it's hooked up to somebody else's email. So it goes somewhere, but I can't get it to you as of right now. Okay, let's see
Alonzo,
here.
hello?
Yes, Miss Linda.
Oh, you can hear me? Let me ask you a question. So that fabulous thing that you introduced us to. So if you want to see a pair and it's not within that Finwiz thing, could you change it and put a pair on it that you want to look at to see what it's doing for that week?
Say that one more time. I heard a
That
little bit, but not
Finwiz
too much.
indicator that you said that you use.
The BAZ indicator.
No, the Finwiz, that one that you go to see whether or not it's pair is bought.
Oh, FinViz. It's just a website. It's not an indicator. It's just a
No,
website.
it's a website, yeah. But what I was wondering, could you put like if you want to see a certain pair that they don't have enter on that, could you put a pair in it that you want to see what it's doing for the week?
Are you looking for a particular pair? Because I just think that they have just the major pairs. I don't think that they have like the pairs that are not the major pairs
Okay, yeah, all right.
reported on.
I like to look at EA a lot. I didn't see where EA was on
Oh
there.
yeah, that's not considered to be a major pair within the market. So
Okay, so it's just a medium.
that would
Uh,
not be reporting, but you can also look at the currency strength meter and it should
oh,
be
that's
able
right
to tell
too.
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right. Okay, you can do that too. All right, thanks. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and finally mark up EJ. Okay, the euro, Japanese yen. Oh, let me change this line. Hold on. We're gonna see what this is hitting for now. Typically, I don't I used to trade the euro when I first started. I think everybody starts out trading the euro. Yeah, euro USD used to be Bay before I dumped it for GJ. That's how I used to rock. I used to trade euro. Your euro USD was my pair. But when I quickly learned that, well, as you guys know, I used to be a barber and I could not cut hair and trade at the same time. So I had to figure something out. So that's how I quickly fell in love with GJ because I could cut hair all day, go home, and get my life together before the London session. So that's how I fell in love with GJ, guys. And I'm not gonna lie, I made 20 grand off of NAS. Um, what was that? That was a year ago. And I fell in love with NAS 100 after that. I attempted to trade US 30, but I got smacked. Okay. US 30 is not my pair. And people say, oh, NASDAQ and US 30, they're about the same. They are not the same. Don't let anybody fool you with that. Just to keep it 100, keep it a bug. They're not the same. So I am getting back into the swing of trading NASDAQ 100. I actually swung trade that to 20 grand. So I'm learning. A lot of people scalp NASDAQ. I had a really good entry and I held it for, it was a little bit over 8 hours until the next market. Let's see. What's my YouTube? My YouTube is Trader Zoe. I guess I should be pulling this stuff up, guys. I forget that I have YouTube sometimes. Let me go ahead and pull up my YouTube for y'all. And so I'm building. And I just want you guys to know that it's quite possible. It's possible. Now, I'm not gonna tell y'all that y'all gonna turn $100 into 20 grand because that's not gonna happen as a beginner trader. But if you put some more funds in your account, stack your funds up in your account, you're definitely going to make money. So I encourage all of y'all to put a little more than just $100 in your account. Hold on, let me that. So that you can see the real benefits of what you can profit. It's worth it. I know everybody just want to put $100 in. I know that. I've been there, I've done that. Right? We all have been there, we all have done that. But it's way harder to flip $100 than it is to flip $500. There you go. There is my YouTube. And so if y'all don't know, Jay McGee and I have been working really diligently to give you guys some great products. So we'll be dropping some more. I'll be dropping more things on my YouTube, and she will be dropping more things on hers as well. Take what you need from the YouTube. And yeah, we just gonna keep rocking. Okay. So now we have our supply and our demand zone. All right, we're gonna go through that one more time. This is our supply zone. And I'm not even gonna put sell millionaire because you already know when you're in supply, you sell. So I'm just gonna put supply. That way we're all on the same page. Okay, supply zone. And then this one right here is gonna be our demand zone. Supply and demand, too easy. I took the first 2 candles on the daily. All right, and this is gonna lead over into your entries. Okay. Drop down to the 4-hour. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, I see some. Ooh, it's a lot going on. I see a downtrend. Let me see. Let me go back to my currency strength meter because I want to make sure that what I need to see what I'm looking for, if I'm being honest. Euro, we're looking for buys. We're looking for a buy. Okay, let's go back. We're looking for a buy. That's on the 4-hour. Let's drop down to the 1-hour. And let's see why we're looking for a buy. The market has created us a W. That's a nice little W right there. We have a bit of consolidation. The market has dropped down. It gave us a nice little drop. It's been in a downtrend. The market has been in a downtrend for a while. As we drop down and we look at the hour, as we move backwards, you always got to go backwards to go forward. So the market has been in a downtrend, okay? It's been all the way into a downtrend, and it's finally reached this point to where it's come down to our demand zone, okay? It's looking to change directions, okay? So now the market is changing. It has a change of structure, and it's looking to start going up for buys, all right? That's a nice candle. That's a nice sell-off right there. Let me see. It's Wednesday. Yeah, all of that is boom, 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 pull back for the sale, pull back for the sale. That's all I pull back for the sales. Definitely been in the downtrend. So since we have a change of structure and it's getting ready to go back into an uptrend, it's giving us all that we need. Let's drop down to the 15-minute to see what the 15-minute looks like. Yep. It's been consolidating. Ooh, this has been ugly. Friday was not pretty for the euro, but it's looking to work its way back up. It's gonna get a pullback. You're gonna get a pullback before you get a big push up. So let's do the retracement tool for the buy. We know that this is the lowest that the market has been to right by our demand. So we're gonna go from our demand from the bottoms up. Okay, the top. I'm gonna use the top. Normally, you'll probably see 7. He'll just take the most recent high. I'm gonna take the high. It don't have to be recent. It's just gonna be the high. Okay, I'm gonna take that, and this is going to be our pullback zone. Okay, our entry. When the market pulls back, you need to use your pullbacks as your entries. Okay, this is a retracement tool. Retracement and pullback equal the same thing. Okay, so this is a tool to let you know when the market does pull back, when the market does retrace, this is where you need to get in at. Okay, so we have our goal zone, which we love. Boom. And then we have our 50. Bam. All right, so now we have our entries. So the market is up here. When it pulls back to the 61.8, which is the go zone, or the 50, we know we need to be buying, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, double tap those, put entry. Tania, I hope this is working. I hope this is understanding for you. I hope this is something that you really get, because it's gonna change your trading. Okay, now these two red lines, I use both of them for my stop loss. So you could choose one or you could choose the other, okay? We could choose that one. I'll make this line red so everybody know that this is our stop loss. Too easy. Okay. There we go. So now we're on the 15-minute. We have our entries for the pullback for the buy on Euro JPY. Okay, you have your two entries. You can either do one or the other. Either way, it's going to come back to this zone. Okay, so you choose. Now we're going to take not our Fibonacci. We're going to take our long tool because we're looking for a buy. Hold on, let me move this. There we go. Take our long tool. We're going to go for the 30. Not the 30 that goes on, I mean. Boom. Put this right here. And I'm going to tell y'all right here, once you put this in place, you don't even need your lines, okay? TP. I'm going to say TP right here. We're not even going to go all the way up. We're going to go ahead and call them 90 pips right there. And that's going to be that. So once you have everything set, once you have your long tool set, you literally can just go back and delete, delete, delete. And you can just set it right there. Set it and forget it, right? So you already know your long tool, just so just so everything is not cluttered. All right. Have a good one, Albert. It says, so we wait for a break resistance and retest, right? You're looking for a break and retest. Yes. Yes. So the market is, well, typically you're just looking for a retest because it's already broken. You see, it's already had its break up to the upside. You're looking for the pullback. Now, if you want to wait for the break and retest, you're more than welcome to, because it is also going to do that. I typically trade just simple supply and demand action off of a retracement. The retracement will be the pullback. Higher highs, higher lows. That's how I trade. Okay. So it is going to pull back. It's definitely going to pull back. And when it pulls back, what trades do you trade with basics? This strategy can be used on any pair. Any pair. I actually use this strategy on everything that I trade. So gold, GBP, JPY, NASDAQ, everything. And I only trade 2 to 3 pairs, literally. Gold, GBP, and NAS. Some from time to time, I will trade Bitcoin from time to time. But that's if I'm like bored on Saturdays. But typically I catch GJ and gold, and I'm just now starting back to get in the rhythm of trading NASDAQ. And that's because I'm challenging myself to pass a prop firm. So that is correct. That's why we have Sunday Fundays. Normally on Sunday Funday, I actually mark up any pair that you guys like, and those will be your entries. So a lot of people like USD, JPY, GJ is definitely, that's my number one. So we always mark up GJ. Gold is also one of the ones that we mark up every Sunday. So I give out entries and everything. I give you the full trade for at least 2 to 3 pairs on Sundays. Every Sunday. And then so this week we're also going to have, from here moving forward, we're going to have I have another session added to the schedule, which is on Wednesday. So y'all will have me for Sundays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay? Just let y'all know. So not only will y'all give me today, but y'all will give me on Wednesday. And on Wednesday evening, we'll be able to do the same thing. Mark up something and get into the trade. Okay?
So, Mrs. I have 2 questions.
Yes, go ahead.
So first off, you talked about multiple entries, yeah?
Yes.
So then secondly, that's based off of this trade you just marked up. Secondly, I think I missed, which I think probably affected what I was trying to mark up last time, is when dragging the Fibonacci, the retracement to you said something about the last candle. Like, I know when it's top to bottom, I know how to mark it for a sell and for a buyer. So it's basically now what candle to what candle.
So you're asking what candle?
Yes,
Candle to
I
what candle? Okay,
mm,
got you. So like for here, let me remove the long tool. Let's draw the Fibonacci again. Okay.
mm,
So you see right here that this is the last high or the previous high. Okay. This area is the previous high. The market has come right here and it's like consolidating right now, right? But we
yeah,
know that this is the highest that the market has been last. It
okay.
was today. It says Sunday.
Mm,
Okay. Now, before that, we know that the market's last high was over here,
mm,
right by our supply zone. Okay.
yeah.
Now, a lot of people, they would drag it. So they would take it from, I know if Seven was trading, he would take it from the most previous high, which would be right here, right? Which is it's very accurate. Okay. Because it's the most previous high that is at, right?
Mm,
But for me, I take the previous high, the supply zone high. That's
mm,
what I like to see because I know for sure that the market has come back to this previous high multiple times. Okay.
yeah.
So that's why I draw my Fibonacci to the supply majority of the time. Now it's not much movement. Okay.
Ooh, James.
It's not much
Ah,
movement from that small high to this high up here. It's not much space in between.
Yeah.
So
work,
I'm not
nothing.
going to tell you that
Work.
it's not going to throw you off. Is somebody barking? Who is that?
We have a dog in the session.
Please, please mute yourself. So it's not gonna make much of a difference. Okay. You're still gonna
Okay,
be in the same zone.
but
Still gonna be in the same zone.
where you started from underneath, that's from the demand zone. You picked the candle.
Mhm. I picked the demand zone because it's the lowest point of the market.
Okay. So okay. Same.
So when you're drawing your Fibonacci, also,
Mm,
so you will see, okay,
oh,
like I said, you will see Seven do this. You will see Seven go from, instead of him going from the lowest, because he's a scalp trader, you have to remember that.
mm,
He's scalping. So he will go from here, the most recent bottom, to the most recent high.
oh,
And that
uh,
gives you he's scalp trading, so it's the smaller entries. I'm
yeah,
not a
in and
scalp
out.
trader.
In and
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
exactly. So he's looking on the 3 and the 5 minute chart, and he's drawing his Fibonacci tool. We have to think we're drawing ours on the 15 minute, and we're scaling up. So our trades are not going to be scalp trades. Okay, we're looking to get in the market and make 100 pips. He's looking, I mean, he's probably looking to get, 100 pips, but he's really, really looking for 25 pips.
But
Scout.
he trades BTC, SPX.
I don't trade SPX. Now that would be Ty. Ty trades SPX. What else?
Kevin does as well.
Okay, 7 does trade. Okay. So when you trade indices, you definitely will be trading, you'll be scalp trading, okay?
Yeah.
Scalp trading. Oh, Callie, that lets me know that you have not tapped into your education. We have a whole education tab. I should not be telling you guys what a pip is. So please refer back to your free education that you signed up for in the BAZ community. All right. It's going to tell you everything from pips to everything, to liquidity, to uptrends, downtrends, all that kind of stuff. I'm solely here to help y'all get better in the market. Have y'all noticed that we have not been pulling out that slideshow? No more slideshow. Because we have to make sure that you guys go through the education on the platform. Okay? So you go through the education on the platform and then you come here to get your questions answered. But that should not be a question that should be answered here. Yeah, you should definitely know what a pip is when you come to this course. So Miss Callie, please backtrack and please tap into the education. And then come back and I got you. But that question should not be a question that I
Where
should be
can I
answering.
find it, ma'am?
It's going to be in the community. So let's go to the community. It's going to be on the community and it's going to be under. Do I have that tab? I don't even know if I have the tab because my thing looks different than y'all's. Because I'm an
It's
educator.
their course.
It's course. I
Oh,
just have to click on courses. It's under courses.
yes, it's their courses. Yeah.
There we go. And then you just click on fundamentals, Forex intro first. And then you scroll down. So what is a pip? There you go. That's the video you should watch right there. What is a lot size? Trading uptrend, trading downtrend. How to identify consolidation. These are the things. These are the videos that you definitely should be tapping into immediately when you get access to the BAZ. Okay? Oh, I guess I have new stuff. Look at me having new stuff that I haven't even done.
I just saw it too, and I'm like, oh, I've missed this one.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
It's a new update, I think. It hasn't been there. So
Yeah,
many updates.
that's crazy. Perfect. Don't feel ashamed, Kelly. It's okay. We all got to start somewhere, all right? Listen, every day we are back at zero. Literally, every day.
I'm glad I asked then, because I would have never known.
Yes. Listen, we got you, okay? We're only as strong as our weakest team member, okay? So nobody's better than anybody here. We're all here to learn. And whatever I know, whatever we all know, we're here to help one another, okay? So don't feel bad for not knowing. I'm glad that we could point you in the right direction today. So you're going to be winning real soon, I'm telling you. You're going to be out here calling trades like, hey, I'm looking at this trade. I'm looking at that trade in the community. Y'all going to be winning. I know it. Okay, so back to the field. When you see 7 or somebody draw a fib like this, is this small and it's not from the bottom, the lowest of the lowest to the top of the top, that lets me know that they're a scalper and they're only looking for 25 pips. They're only looking to get you 25 to 50 pips. Now, when I draw this retracement tool, I'm looking to get you 90 to 100 pips off of one trade because that's how I trade. Okay, I'm not a scalp trader. I don't trade like that. Now, if I'm trading NASDAQ, okay, yes, I will scalp trade. But no, for basics, we're not scalp trading. For basics, we're teaching you guys discipline. You're going to get in and you're going to hold this trade. Okay, you're going to get in and you're going to go through all the emotions of holding the trade. You're going to have all your parameters set. You're going to have your stop loss, your take profit. All that's going to be set. Okay? Now, too easy. So I gave y'all pretty much everything that needed to be given today as far as entries, as far as supply and demand, even what the market is looking like for the upcoming week.
One-on-one bitch,
I
they
did
team.
not call out any
One-on-one
trades
never
today because
again. One-on-one. Don't get the cake and the butter. I count it like hustle the money all in. I'm in the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk you can hear. And all about how they want me to lose, but
we're
I'm
gonna get to trading on Wednesday. Okay. Also, I know that gold is one of those things that we're going to be trading, so I will keep an eye on gold this week. All right. So this is it. This concludes Sunday Funday. I hope y'all had a good session. Please tap in. Yes, Wednesday afternoon, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tap into my boy Jason McGee's session. All right. Tap into that session and tap into the other sessions that are popping. Like I say, the US market is officially closed until Tuesday. So y'all enjoy y'all Memorial Day tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow is probably a non-trading day. But for everybody else, if you trade like Bitcoin or something like that, it might be popping. You just never know. But anywho, that's it. That's all. That's all I have for y'all, man. I hope y'all have a blessed and amazing week. I hope that this week is profitable to y'all, not just in the market, but in real life. All right. Have a fun, safe week. I'm out. I'm Lenzo, and this concludes Sunday Funday. Y'all have a great rest of y'all week, man.
one-on-one bitch, they team. One-on-one never again. One-on-one. Don't get the cake and the butter. I count it like hustle the money all in. I'm in the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk you can hear. And all about how they want me to lose, but I'm